2 different days where the only big news article, the only big news to happen all day, happens to somehow tie in with the hook in both cases. That my song that I dropped that morning, always between the hours of 5 and 7 a.m., most likely it's up by 6:30, off the same mixtape. Why? Did I do some type of spell and make the news happen? Is that what you're not going to tell me that's what's going on here? Because, look, I'm going to do this shit a 3rd time and then a 4th time, and I'm going to be like, what the fuck? But then it's going to not do it for me like, man. But then it's going to do this shit, this exact shit. It's going to do it over again. Where like 4, 5, 6 times in a row, I write a song. That day, that song, the content of that hook is the fucking news. This is 2 for 2. This is 2 for 2. I mean, technically 2 for 3 or 2 for 4 if you went from the scope of the whole tape. But in terms of, they happen the same exact fucking way. And it's the only news that fucking day. And it's literally the content of the fucking hook. More Coke doesn't even have a hook, really. It's just a sample of me going, more Coke, a bunch of fucking times. That song actually has a message behind it, too. If any of y'all is fucking smart enough and patient enough to figure it out. You know what I'm saying? The whole process and the whole purpose of this fucking tape is the bars and the lyricism and the wordplay and all that. This the hardest shit out. This the hardest shit I put out. This shit's so hard, the news be making itself based off this. That's how hard this is. This is so hard when I put the songs out. When I put out Break It Down and I put out More Coke, that day the only news related to Lil Boozy for Break It Down, because he didn't break it down, he didn't wipe it down, he didn't throw it out the car, he had it in his waistband on Instagram, showing 30 million followers. You know? So you got the first one, that's, you know what I'm saying? And then you got More Coke. And the only news of any substance today was about some more Coke in the fucking West Wing. And the reason I have to say 2 for 2 is I can't say I don't know none, because that was not posted within the same time frame as these 2 songs. That was posted at like 12:30 at night. It was like midnight I posted I don't know none. That was the first one to go up. Then I posted the snitch and shit. That was for like 4 p.m. in the afternoon. These 2 songs were posted at the exact same time frame. Literally. They were in the exact same motion. Like 5 a.m., I'm mixing down, I'm mastering. By 6 o'clock, 7 at the latest, they're up there. So it's literally before the news even gets to their work job, before the motherfuckers who on CNN shit even pull up at the office, this shit is out there as a song. And it just happens to be, in 2 different occasions that happen like the exact same way, it just happens to be like the hook for each song, the hook for Break It Down, minus the specifics of what I'm talking about doing. But the fact I said, wipe me down like Boozy after you do a shooting, and that's the hook, and that day, Boozy gets a fucking weapons charge for some shit he thought he was probably doing the legal way. Now, let's be clear. They don't want you even standing next to a gun if you're a convicted felon. Like, if there's a picture of you and you're not holding a gun, there's a bunch of dudes hunting, you're just there like this, your PO will really fuck with you. Like, if you're on probation or papers or anything, yeah, your PO is really going to fuck with you for that. You might go back to jail just for that. But anyways, this is so odd to me. Please tell me this is not some shit I'm speaking into existence. Because I just found a little odd. I write a hook about some guns and reference Lil Boozy in a type of wordplay referencing how to dispose of said guns after use. And that day, Lil Boozy is arrested for some gun-related shit. Again, my hook was gun-related shit. Lil Boozy was used as a metaphor within that. Now, I released a song called More Coke. And it was the only, and by the way, with Lil Boosie, that was the only news that happened that day. The only one. Now with the More Coke, the only news that came out today is what? There was more coke in the White House. More coke in the West Wing. And they try to insult my intelligence because they know Biden did that shit. Who else did it? Who else is that comfortable in the goddamn West Wing of the White House? I'm telling you, them CIA and Secret Service dudes so like, it's such a code with that shit. They didn't do that. You gotta remember who my pops is. Them motherfuckers did not do that. There was not no CIA. That's what pops tried to tell me. Like, oh, maybe it was someone with the CIA. You know, there's people over there. I said, no. I said, I don't believe no one who works in that setting and doesn't live in that setting is going to move like that. You can see, okay, maybe you had some powder and it was on like its own thing. Like it was on some shit that you could tell was personal to somebody. So like, say for example, you go in the bathroom and you find like a pouch. You know how like drug users have that pouch. You feel what I'm saying? They always got a pouch, a lunchbox, or some other shit. If they found that pouch, for example, like a lot of times, you see a lot of heroin addicts will have one that have all they needles in it, all they wax folds that they can scrape for shit, all it has a Gatorade cap in it. Like, listen. But yeah, that would be like if a CIA agent or a Secret Service or someone who worked in the White House, if you found the coke and it was theirs, that's how you'd find it. You would find it likely in like a bathroom stall or some type of semi-common area with some privacy, with the little fucking kit they keep, the drug addict kit, probably a mirror. You see this going on. This is how you find the coke. You find it on this. You know what I'm saying? They're not just going to have that out on the White House furniture, Joe. That's how I know it was your bitch ass, because Hunter wasn't there. So if they had found white powdery residue that they thought was anthrax and later tested positive as cocaine, that's the thing too. Look, remember where you're at. White powder in the White House, I promise you they're not going to immediately assume cocaine when they see it. They're going to be like, terrorists, Al-Qaeda, call hazmat. So yeah. I just found a little odd YouTube. How do I make a song called More Coke? And that day, the only news is that there was more coke in the White House. How do I make a song about throwing a gun away where I use Boozy as a metaphor, and I say, wipe me down like Boozy, referring to wiping your prints off some shit before you break it down, disconnect the slide, take the barrel out, all the other shit, all that good shit. And the only news that happened that day is Boozy gets arrested for some shit related with some guns. And both these songs, that's the hook. Like, how this happened, YouTube? I'm really a little bit concerned. If I go 3 for 3, you're gonna see another video. If I go 5 for 5, I'm gonna go to the fucking. I'm going to the fucking Capitol. I'm gonna go down to Washington D.C. I'm gonna march. It's gonna be the one main march. I'm gonna say, look, why is this happening? Why is this happening? It's weird, bro. It's weird. It's like I wouldn't be in the position I'm in where I'm like, what the fuck? If it wasn't 2 for 2, bro. Literally, I upload up at the same time. The workflow, the time that I'm working is the same. Okay, so is it like something special to do with that time? Like I'm just trying to figure it out. It's like I feel like I'm doing magic on accident. And it's kind of annoying me that I don't know how this works. And I can't straight up say, oh, it's magic. Because I don't think it is. And I don't really want to condone that. Look, and I understand the point about a broken clock being right twice a day, right? But it's a hell of a broken clock if that happens back to back. And you ain't even really, this is within a period of weeks. I'm out there, bit, man.